My name is Mandy Renfrew-Kuncio, and I wanted to start a discussion in this video today about pregnancy or maternity support belts, bands, or garments. Now, there are so many different kinds of support garments on the market, and different support belts, bands, garments serve different purposes. So in this video series, I thought I would start by breaking them down a bit by functionality. I do want to warn you off the hop though, there's no magical belt or band out there that's going to solve all aches, pains, discomforts, symptoms, and challenges. Different people might benefit from more support in different places. Not all people need support either. So some people feel really well during pregnancy, and so support isn't necessary. And for some others, wearing a pregnancy support belt or band or garment could actually make their pain or symptoms worse. In general, I'll say that if a garment or band is going to be helpful, you should know it right away. Nearly as soon as you put it on, you should have a sense in your body of ease or comfort, or just this idea of, that feels a little bit better. If you feel like you gotta tough it out, or it's bothersome, or it's actually increasing your pain, that's really valuable feedback from your body as well. You shouldn't have to tough it out, and you shouldn't have to get used to it in order for it to be helpful. You should know pretty quickly. Another myth I want to dispel right off the top is that, wearing a support band or belt could make you weak, or your body may become reliant on it. There is no research evidence to suggest that wearing a support band or belt during pregnancy is going to do any of those things or lead to any negative outcomes. Pregnancy is just such a biomechanically challenging time for your system. It's not the typical environment. Your hormones are completely different. The physical loads and challenges on the system are different. Adding a little bit of support to that is not enough, or it's not going to stop your muscles from doing their work around their bones and joints. There's no belt on the market that could hold things together enough that your muscles would stop working. So that is indeed a myth. But the flip side to that is that the scientific literature or the evidence also doesn't actually really support the usefulness of support belts and bands for pain during pregnancy. So that's also something to consider. That's why we don't make blanket recommendations that all pregnant people should use supports of some kind. And that's probably why they aren't useful for some people. But clinically, I have seen that belts and garments can be helpful for some people for some concerns. So the number one take-home message from the video today is that where at all possible, test it, okay? Try the belt, garment, band out, because if it is going to be helpful for you, you'll feel it right away. And if it's not really going to be helpful, you might also know right away. You might have a sense that it's uncomfortable. You might know that it's increasing your symptoms. So it's always great to do an experiment of a sample size of one of you in your own body to see what works best for you. Now, let's go on to talking about belts and bands and garments in more detail.